Yo, what's going on? Froggy here. We'll do a quick break check real quick because I haven't set up at the very beginning. So does it sound over on YouTube side? Give me a heads up over there so I know we're good to go. We'll put a thumbs up and we'll get started here. We'll put the chart. Now, mediocre is coming in here a little later. It's still distorted. Give me a second. That's what I was worried about. All right, how's that? Is that better? Testing 1, 2. I'm running the second audio.
Hello, it's good. I hear you good.
Okay, that's good. I'm wondering if that's what I got to do, if I have to switch to a different mic. Definitely weird how it keeps doing that, because I even waited for the full buffer and everything to load. But let's get right into it. We're down 8.25%, which was kind of expected. I knew Monday, Tuesday was going to be rough for AMC and GME because the SPY was going to get hit. SPY didn't get hit as bad as I thought it was going to, only down 2.59%. I mean, it does look bad, but I was expecting it to hit. Let me see if I can find my line here. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Nope, there it is. I was expecting it to go down to 204. We didn't get underneath that 216. SPY actually held up pretty good, so I'm kind of impressed that we didn't break down completely. I was worried we were going to go underneath 416 and then start into a market crash, because, like, if supposedly the Fed's not putting money into the market, supposedly, that means that the market could crash very easy because they're not backstopping it no more. So, yeah, like I said, we're still holding above that 1622 line, which is a previous resistance. You figure from the distance apart that it is, it might not be exactly accurate to the quarter, but we're still holding up pretty good. Let's go back over and check out AMC here. I'm going to pin up the max pane. Give me a second, because I forgot I gotta promote this over to Facebook. So give me 1 second here. I'll rattle out max pane here in a second, so I gotta get that set up too. All right, almost done here. I got a couple videos I wanted to check over too. The whole Twitter thing that we got going on is pretty interesting. I'm hearing that there's a good chance they'll be going private, which is going to be interesting on how that plays out for the option chain. Let me see here. All right, so let's get into max pane here. Let me get it rode up. We'll do AMC first, as usual. Let me go pull up the numbers we got on max pane for AMC. Right now it's showing between 16 and 1650. We're still at 16 and a quarter, plus or minus a quarter. We're obviously trading under it, so it's giving me an idea that tomorrow we're going to bounce back a little bit. So I'll take that, 1625 plus or minus a quarter. So this might be the end of the dip, which will be good. It does seem like it overshot down. Let's go check GME next. GME appears between 130 and 135. Is it really that low? Ouch. It's 128.40. So it's looking at a bounce back too. So let me go put that in there. What is that? 132.50 plus or minus 250. We'll just add in SPY just because of the fact that it is kind of like a leading indicator for the market. Or that's what I use it for. SPY is at 417. Let's go check out where Max Pain sits. Between 420 and 425. So we're looking at 422.50. And that also is plus or minus 250. I think that's pretty much it. I should put Twitter on there just in case. It is getting popular for just short term. Let me see here. We got 51 and 50. So we're looking at 50-50 tomorrow for Twitter. What is it trading at? But it would go up about 60 cents from where it's at. So per option chain. I'll put it on there. Somebody will probably be interested in the real Max Pain. If you're wondering how I calculate the Max Pain, for the members that do have access to it, I do have a Max Pain a way to figure it, not the calculated version, but the actual, like you can see for yourself where the options are. And I have a link to the actual Max Pain site so you can see where the options are too. So you can get like firsthand information. All verifiable by yourself. It's no trust me bro stuff. So if that's the case, we're expecting Max Pain to bounce back up tomorrow. Most likely they're going to complete the bear trap this week. Tuesday is going to be bear trap. Thursday will be bull trap. Friday will be Max Pain. It's the funnel theory. First 2 days is one trap. Second 2 days is another trap. So depending on how the day plays out, if there's no snapback at the last 5 minutes, that's an easy way to sell that you're going into Max Pain. I'm expecting it to pretty much run down and look like it's nothing but pain and suffering. And then pre-market tomorrow, I'm expecting to see AMC pop back up to 1611 in pre-market. And if it does that, then that will prove Max Pain right on. It'll put it right at 1625, and it'll complete a perfect bear trap. So all the people that are buying puts right now are going to get smoked come tomorrow on the reverse of trend, because it happens in the pre-market. Let's go and cover some of these comments and see who all we got here. We got Ryan Lawrence. How you doing, man? Yeah, thanks for giving me the heads up on the audio. I didn't know if it was working right off the bat, so I had to do that mic switch. I still don't know which one of the two mics that I'm using. I got two of them on the same little platform, so I have no idea which one it is. It's too hard to test. They're side by side. What I should do one of these days is take one and put it way off to the side where I can't reach it, and then like record both of them and do an audio test. But I'm still trying to figure out why there's a buffering thing at the very beginning where there's like a problem. How's it going, Koba? Mangus, how you doing? Debbie, welcome. Jay Portuguese, how you doing, man? Ryan Lawrence, Mangus, Jay Portuguese. JPEC21 says sounds good. Yeah, does it still sound good? Give me a heads up on it to make sure, because the one mic is a deeper sound and the other one is like a more of a generic sound where there's no like I don't know. It doesn't sound as full. I guess the camera has a mic built into it and didn't know it. Big Ad says all good. Hi, Brave Frog. Welcome. Rita, welcome. Ant Card, welcome. Audio Plus Records says, where's CS Trades? Yeah, we definitely going to be keeping him off the channel. I don't plan on bringing him back. I don't like people that do shady stuff to people, including myself. And then he tried to lie and get away with it. So it didn't work. That's a whole other topic of discussion, which I may or may not get into that during this live stream, but I think tonight I'll cover more of it. I'll probably end up doing a poll just to see what you guys think. Do you want me to talk about the CS trades issue? Leave it up to the community to decide. Ankar says, hang in there. We all need to hold to win this fight. Yeah, just keep holding them shares. We'll definitely get this. Like I said, it's just a matter of time. I think the market turbulence is probably, it's helping to, they think it's helping them to scare people out. I don't think anybody holding the shares is going to be convinced by a small drop down in price. I mean, the only thing I see on red days is a reason to buy more, just because of the fact that the shorts haven't covered. And to me, red days don't convince me that the play is over. It just convinces me to keep buying. It's completely backward compared to what they think. They should have covered by now. Joshua says, whatever Bitcoin must do for a super cycle altcoin season, in my opinion. Bitcoin, if I remember, got smacked. BTC, USD. Yeah, they're down 5.4%, which is not too good, but it's kind of expected. If you look at it, what probably caused Bitcoin to go down? Like, Bitcoin's anti-inflationary money. And when you're anti-inflationary money, what that means is you're waiting for the government to do something stupid like printing off more money. And when they're not printing money, we know they're putting money into the system. But when they're not printing money and it goes into basically the consumer part of it, they can't spend the money and inflate prices. So, like I said, we know they're backstopping the market and other stuff with cash, but the consumers aren't actually spending that money, so we're not changing the price. So, but what's impacting the Bitcoin price is the DXY, which is the US dollar. And you can see it right here. As the dollar goes up, Bitcoin's going to go down. When they quit, when the customers or the consumers don't have as much money to spend, the price of everything drops. It's just how the market gets set. So you're seeing the price of the dollar go up. And we'll say if the dollar goes up by 10%, the cost of goods will go down by 10%, because your dollar is worth 10% more and you can buy 10% more stuff. So it's an offsetting factor. And that's what you're seeing here is the dollar is just basically ripping. And it's in that area to where if it keeps going up, eventually it's going to force a crash. We're actually in a very dangerous area, but only in the past does that actually replicate a crash, is whenever you have a high dollar. So let me see if I can pull it up on weeklies. Like you can see back here, there's March 20 or March 16th of 2020, dollar ripped up in the air and it crashed the market. Here's another time back in December 2016. I don't know exactly what happened there. I wasn't really paying attention, but probably the market was dipping. And you can just go back in different times and you can see one thing that confused me is 2008, we had a weak dollar and a weak stock market. So that was confusing what happened there. I think somebody dropped the ball on something and there were some other issues underlying that obviously caused the problem. And I think it was more internal. But pretty much just keep an eye on that dollar. It indicates when the market's going to dip. If you see that dollar dipping, market will go up. So when they dilute the dollar by adding more dollars, you'll see prices rise around you. So AMC falls victim to that too. So that's pretty much it. You'll see it across the board. It's going to get hit. Max Payne was actually defeated on Friday by SPY and a couple other stocks. So they were expected to go down in the first place. So people probably bailed so they didn't get hit by that. And the market still held up pretty good. So the money that came out for the last 2 days wasn't very much, but they came out and then they came back in at the end of the day, came out, came back in. It's not the end of the day quite yet, but that might be what's going on here. Let's check the SPY real quick because that's the one that got really hit. Yeah, money went out Friday. You can see it right here. Just look at the cash flow on it. Money flowed out aggressively, knowing that there was going to be a lot of puts that went into money. And then the money stayed out kind of for all of Monday. And then it came in towards the end of the day. Obviously, it wasn't done. People still sold off again. It should be safe to come back in. That T+2 ends today. And a good chance all that money that left will come back in. And what's really weird about the way it's set up, it creates like this perfect double bottom looking kind of thing. So you get what appears to be a double bottom, and that's what people are looking for. It's a T+2. It's just, they just spread out the damage, so it didn't look as bad. So tomorrow, I'm expecting it to pop back up. I see it going back to 428.78. I can't remember what I put for Max Payne. 422.50. So, I mean, I'm probably going to be wrong on that one. It doesn't have to. Well, that's actually pre-market. Never mind. We'll be looking for 24.50. So we're looking for a bounce up tomorrow anyways. Down 7.9%. I don't think it got quite low enough to actually hit the SSR. Mediocre Trader is coming. He was installing something, I think like a furnace or something. A boiler maker. That's what it was. So he's coming. Just give him a little bit more time. What's going on, Koba? How you doing, man? Yeah, definitely smash that like button. Welcome, Mark. How you doing, man? BB says AMC back to the 20s or down to $10. Well, I don't see it going back down anywhere close to 10. We do have a number that I'll be watching for, like way down here, which for some reason my support line's gone. So right down here, you can see at 1338. I thought it was 1320, but 13. Did it move again? Give me a second. 1338 is going to be like the bottom. So right now we're coming all the way back down. And as long as it does not touch that line, it's bullish. And that means that your next trend back up, it's going to make another attempt to break through that wedge and work its way back up there. You can see we're in a nasty trend right now, but I don't see it getting underneath 13 just because like it was supported very well at that level, and it'll probably get supported there again. Joshua says, I'm surprised Elon hasn't learned about VeChain or tweeted about VeChain yet. I actually don't know much about VeChain. I'm going to have to write that down so I can look into it, figure out exactly what that is. Jay Boy says listening from Hawaii. Welcome, man. What is it, Abby or Ivy West? I'm not sure how to say your name. Welcome. Beach Guy, welcome. Jay Boy says AMC to the moon. Yeah, eventually it's going to get there. There's a talk about what's going on with Twitter with Elon taking the company private. There's a good chance that those shorts might not be allowed to stay in that play. And it makes me wonder if they have to cover or can they just basically bow out. And I'm kind of curious at this point how that plays out. Oh, yeah, Doc, I'll check it out. Give me a second.
I see the ones in the space called the one that's in the space called.
What's going on, the one? How you doing, man? The one must be working his butt off, putting in that work. The only time success comes before work is in a dictionary, so always got to get that work done. G Chronicle says the issue is played out. I'm not sure which issue he's looking at here. Oh, yeah. He says the market's burning to the ground. It's not looking good right now, but it was kind of expected. If anybody was watching what I was talking about Friday, I said Monday and Tuesday were going to be rough. And it turned out to be exactly that. I didn't think it was going to go under 16, but, I mean, it's weak, and you can see Max Payne is still holding at 16.25. So I'm expecting to snap back to 16.25 tomorrow just because the bear trap has already been – it's set. Like real nice and clean, real clean bear trap, and that's probably the bottom. Now we'll see if the market falls apart from here, because whenever there's a chain of sell-offs, the bear trap don't matter; it just keeps falling. Ooh, Deutsche Bank sees 5 to 6% Fed target rate, so expect to see that coming here. They're actually over here. I think they owe us at least like a 3% because they got a 0.5% coming up next month, and they're kind of behind on the curve. So I expect them to increase it rapidly, but they might not. If they let the inflation keep running, all it's going to do is hurt us, and it doesn't seem like they really care. So they're taking their time. It seems like.
Hey, Froggy, did you see the DM I just sent you?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of as expected. I kind of figured everywhere around the world is probably going to raise their rates. If I remember right, didn't Russia raise theirs to 11% before all their stuff started crashing over there? Because they were having money issues and stuff like that, but there was a lot of shenanigans going over there too. Like you had a lot of companies pull out. ATMs were drying out. I mean, it sounded like a nightmare over there. So I kind of expect to see more rate hikes, aggressive moves. I don't know how we're going to handle it over here. So far, we've been handling, I keep calling it financial climate because they keep saying climate this, climate that, but we got financial climate issues right now. And that's kind of more important to pay attention to. I'm expecting to see the Fed raise rates by about 50, or not 50%, 0.5% twice a month. And that's still too slow.
It contradicts what our friend Kramer was saying. Significant recession versus a mild, or whatever Kramer said this morning. I never believe anything that clown says anyway, but yeah, I think that's coming, man.
Well, they know this next crash will be bigger than the last one just because it's overinflated on top of it. So they got a bubble popping on a bubble. And they created it. That's the worst part. If they wouldn't have pumped in so much money, the bubble wouldn't have been so big. But they pumped it up, and then they kept pumping it. It's like, dang, man, like, what are you guys doing to us? They should have gave all that money to the people. It would have fixed all the problems. I mean, I honestly think that would have made a difference. If you want to transfer wealth from one class to the next, you dilute the money and you give it to the people and let them spend it how they want. Because then they can pay off all their debt and be debt free, but they don't want to do that. They end up giving it to everybody but the people. I've thought about that for a minute. If they're tying us to the debt and we're backing everything up, why don't we just give that money to ourselves? You figure, who has all the world's money? It's the super rich. So if you dilute the money, it hurts them more than anything, but they give it back to them. If they give it to the people, then the people can go pay off all their credit cards and all that other stuff that they have, and it would free them up from the debt. And that's not what's happening here. Maybe they're handing it out in a ratio. I don't know. But if you notice, the people don't even get like a fair shake of the money that gets sent out there. They put, what, 19 trillion into the economy? I highly doubt we even got 10% of that money. And that's why there's so many problems. Mike Millspaw, welcome. How you doing, man? Icy, welcome. Sub has the boss, welcome. Joshua says, in my opinion, the Federal Reserve System should be sued for dollars manipulation. Yeah, I agree 100%. I think the stock market manipulation is coming from the control of the dollar. So I've been watching the dollar really close, and it's weird how Powell will come out at a certain time when it's almost like perfectly timed. Like right now with the market being down, like we need positive news coming for like the dollar or the economy or something like that to go make the market go back up. And he comes out and if Elon did something during the day, he'd get fined. Powell comes out and he does whatever he wants during the day, shakes the market up, stirs it up, whatever, and makes it go the direction that they want. It's almost like they know that he's coming out to say something bad or good, and they invest in that direction. It just seems like a great big insider information trading scheme. Because look at, I was just pointing that out with the BlackRock and Vanguard thing. Boss Blunt's pointed out the executive orders. BlackRock and Vanguard bought in 3 weeks before that executive order got signed. Is that coincidence? No. Now, the first one maybe, but the second one, when they bought in a GME or AMC and they both like quadrupled their position just before the June run, that's not coincidence because it's the same play, the same time, same timing, and that in itself brings questions. And we're about to do it again here in June.
I see Sugar Kush from Spence and Wilkman community in here. He has a question.
Hey, Froggy, how are you guys doing today?
How's it going, man?
Good, man, good. I just want to say something what Juan just said. I, being in a trucking industry, and have family in the real estate, and things are getting a little slow, during the corona and the other, times, trucking and real estate really held us up, for the last 2-3 years. And, you can see the things are getting really slow and it's getting a little tough out here, So what he just said is things going to get a little bumpy before it gets better, It doesn't matter what the Kramer or Gasparin or what these guys say. So, in order to just be careful, try to save some money on the side, take care of your family first, because, your families are more important, you're not here to impress other people, you're here to take care of your families too. So just be careful with the money, and, be careful, work if you can, save some extra money on the side, because, things are going to get a little tough. I'm always positive, but, I'm practical too. So, in order to get through tough times, you just have to, see how you use your money and, how much money you can put aside. So, just be careful, man, going forward, because I've been doing trucking for a lot of years, and, it starts with trucking, because trucking is the backbone of America, and when you see trucking is struggling, and then you see real estate's getting slow, interest rates are going high. So something is coming up. Plus all the money they pumped in last 2 years. I mean, we're gonna sooner or later feel the effect of that. So just be careful, invest what you can, and if you don't, just save some money on your side, take care of your families, and we'll get through this. I mean, America is a very strong country, and things get a little shaky, but eventually it will get better.
No, I agree. I keep seeing inflation, like it's still rising up, because even at our shop we keep rising our prices up like every other month or something, and that's just what businesses do. They raise their price to offset cost, and the work has steadily flown in. We haven't really skipped a beat or slowed down. So, I mean, I don't know when it's going to end. At some point, eventually, things are going to have to start backing off. But then, I'm wondering when employee wages will start to go up. Because it's been a long time since wages have actually increased, not minimum wage, just like the top end wages for like normal manufacturing and stuff. Weston says, can you please look up ATER? Yeah, I forgot about that one. It's actually up 4.7%, which is doing good. Quarter, yeah, 24 cents it was up, but it's back down 4 cents in the after hours, which ain't going to hurt very much. But yeah, it is looking good. It does look like money came in. You got a nice steady flow of cash. It sold off towards the end of the day, but didn't push the stock down to the negatives. So that's definitely positive. Let me take a look here. Oversold or overbought on 2 hour. Let me check your max pain so you can get an idea what it might do tomorrow. Between 450 and 5. So you're looking at 475. So it looks like they're planning on bringing this one back down tomorrow. So be careful on it, because if you do find a way to close above 6 for the week, you'll have a nice gamma ramp. But if it does, if they pull it back down and stop it at about 475 or even $5 tomorrow, you'll know they're trying to bring it right into max pain. So it's unfortunate that max pain is down that low, but that gives you an idea. If the stock is strong, it will close above 6. If it's weak, it will go back down to 475 plus or minus a quarter. So, but it is technically overbought at this time.
I see Spence is up here in the space call as well.
Hey, what's going on, Spence, man? Just about to check out HYMC, so your timing is perfect. Ken Jix JP is asking, can you look at HYMC? Let me pull that one up here real quick. up 10%. Kind of about exactly what I was expecting to do. It didn't quite get up to that 164 range, but it did touch it, and it was tried it twice. As you can see here, the cash flowed in. That's what made it spike up the first time. It pulled back, tried for a second time, and it failed both times to get back up to 164. The cash, for whatever reason, flowed out. I don't know why. It's looking lower than it started the day. So that's usually a scary sign. Let me see if I can figure out why and what's going on there. Looks like you have some sort of a trend breakout on HYMC. You broke that descending level of resistance, and you are just now going up to what appears to be the neckline at 164. That's the trend that you exactly want happening. So your next range that you're going to be looking for is 167 or 168. That's going to be, I think, your 200 day. Let me see here. Or no, it's way up there at 182. So I do see it popping up, definitely going much higher. So you're doing good on HYMC. Let me check out your max pain and see where it's expected to go. And saying 150. So you're already at max pain within 4 pennies. So hopefully that does change tomorrow to where you can continue to keep ripping. If it closes above 150 for the week, obviously you'll get a gamma ramp for Monday, Tuesday. Well deserved, because it looks like you got a nice clean breakout. Tomorrow will be your confirmation candle on that too. So what's going on, Spence? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great. It wasn't this morning when we popped up and I said, hey, I'm buying the dip real early in the morning around what, like $1.30? That was a 8 to 9% drop followed by a 10% gain on the day. I'm doing pretty delicious myself. Hope everybody else got in. But what I really want to talk about is, as soon as the stock started moving up and I was checking the options chain, I noticed calls started popping up from $1.50 all the way out to $5. They started increasing, and I'm telling people, don't jump in this thing and buy calls for Friday. You're going to get your eyes ripped out. If you buy raw shares and the options chain isn't worth manipulating, then we're going to see our breakout past 170. It's exactly what we've been talking about. And not even that. I don't know how many times this past 2 weeks I've been telling people in most of my videos that they need to get a mill up and running to process the waste ore that was classified waste by Allied Nevada Gold that's loaded with silver and visibly seeable gold, because the only thing they were doing was running assays for gold that was soluble like cyanide. So they weren't checking for actual physical solid gold. So if what Diane Garrett just posted talking about dumping money into the new projects, one of which is getting a mill up and running, they've got a ton of ore ready to go to process. They don't even need to mine anything. All they need to do is just throw it into the plant. So I think her dropping news today on this run could actually have had something to do with it. Somebody knew that they're buying a mill, because if you check the cash on hand they had at the end of Q1, it said $172 million. Well, when they did the at the market offering, they made 198. So they spent like 23 million something on something, which I'm guessing is the new studies and the milling plant. So the goal is to get the mill running and start pumping that ore that's already been mined through the POX plant while the leach pads are still being dialed in. I think it's super, super bullish. But I agree with everything you just said on the chart, man.
Yeah, very clean breakout on that wedge. And now that you're up, and it looks like you're against your second wedge too, and it looks like you broke that and confirmed breakout. So tomorrow's going to be interesting. does it race up to 164? I mean, I'm kind of hoping that's what the case is here. Repositioning of the puts would actually help confirm it to move up. So if the puts are chasing this number right now, and they're actually no, I don't even think they can chase them. It just has to go up.
I was telling my buddy, I hope we bounce 150 one more time to confirm the bottom, because right now, if you take a zoom back out, it almost looked like it wasn't going to form, but then it bounced hard and retested that 160 level. If we bounce 150 and go back to 160 again, we're sitting on a huge bull flag, which is super good for the close of the day today with the entire market in the red. If anything, it just put a ton of pressure on the short sellers.
Well, I see that sell check mark popping up on a 30-minute, and I can see that it's a little overpriced right now, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's natural to have a pullback. Higher lows are always healthy. So if it does pull back and it sits at that 147, 148 range before making that second attempt up to 164, I'd like to see it break it and head up over that. I don't even know where we're going next. Oh, we have a line whip at 193. So there should be one at 184 as well.
I can't stay too long today, but here's the total theory I have on this now that we've seen another bottom. Even we saw that bottom with really, really bad overall market pressure at $1.30. So right now I know my strategy, anything under $1.40, I'm buying more. And then I'm just going to let it rise. Because the first time we had that 110, then we just seen a 130 with really, really bad market conditions. So if the market improves in any way, this thing could really see some action. But that's my game plan now. Looking for $3 for any type of profit taking myself. But anything below $1.40, I'm going to keep buying. Because I think by Q3, we're going to have really, really good news about the mill running. And by Q4, you're going to see the production values of gold and silver go up significantly. And then people are really going to pile into the stock. So,
All right, I was trying to send a message out there, but yeah. Now, was you was paying attention on Friday when I was saying that the SPY was going to get hit because Max Payne was defeated? Was you in here for that?
I think so. You said Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was there.
Yeah, a whole bunch of puts went in the money, and it looked like the market was going to be going into some trouble for Monday, Tuesday. This is it. This is the worst of it, I think. If you're paying attention to the dollar, it pretty much ran up for the entire time. So I'm hoping for a pullback on the dollar to allow the market to correct and go back up. So we got a lot of strength in the dollar, which is, I mean, in theory, it's anti-inflationary, but I mean, we know inflation has gone nuts. So it's tough to believe that even though the dollar is going up, that inflation is not really going away. If it was, you'd see the price at the pump going down too, and we're not seeing that.
Yeah, don't forget too, with all this going on, there was 2.3 million reported FTDs due on May 5th, which is AMC earnings call. So it seems like a lot of things are really lining up in favor of all this. But again, I'm trying to tell people, I know a lot of people through this call and my calls and in our groups don't do it, but these guys going out and loading the options chain up on these stocks, they're doing nothing but just catering to Citadel and the market makers. So my game plan is buy raw shares on these stocks and stay out of the options chain for a while at least. Maybe if we see above $2 again, look at getting some deep in the money calls for when this thing tries to reach its price targets given out by like the CENN analysts and whatnot. So that's all I had today, man. I was just going to pop in and congratulate anyone who bought the dip and appreciate y'all letting me up to speed.
Yeah, I agree.
Hello, everyone. That is Spence. If you want to follow Spence, you can follow Spence on YouTube at Froggy Stomps. Froggy Stomps on YouTube. And if you want to follow him on Twitter, it's T Spencer 322. If you want to follow him on Twitter, it's T Spencer 322. I will also send the link to his Twitter. So if you guys want to follow him on YouTube, Froggystyles. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll put the link.
Same thing for Truth. If you guys are on Truth, man, try to hit me up on there. I talk a little more political on there, so.
Oh, you did?
I'm sorry. Jen is in here. My sister Jen is in here from Space Talk. I always try to give her recognition. Jen is in the Space Talk. Sorry, Froggy and Spence.
Yeah, pretty brave talking politics. Some people get real sensitive about that subject, but I think it is kind of something that needs to be talked about, so it's not as sensitive as a subject. So,
Truth is the more appropriate platform for it, if you know what I mean. So if you guys, I don't get one-sided on it, but if you guys want to check it out, if you're on there, just hit me up and we can jib-jab about political stuff, because November coming up is going to be real important, you guys. I see a lot of politicians more worried about Musk than they are Citadel and Ken Griffin. So, keep that in mind. But I'm about out of here, man. You guys have a great day.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Welcome, Jen. How you doing? I'll have to give her a mic so she can speak.
One moment.
Yeah, Tesla got hammered today. That was the other thing I was looking at. Didn't expect them to go down to 876, but I mean, I'm not surprised the market got hit. I just didn't see Tesla getting smoked. They just had good earnings, and now they're getting punished. So it's proof that nothing is safe when a dollar or when the overall market's getting hit. So how you doing, Jen?
Hey, Froggy, hey, Diva, hey, the one. Looks like Spence just left. Yeah, just wanted that thing drops back down to 140 HYMC. I'm buying more. I'm actually waiting for my funds to settle right now in Fidelity, so which should be like in the next couple of days. So hey, I say if we pull back, I'll be ready. That's all I got to say about that. So yeah, let's go, baby. Let's AMC gold. Let's do this. And I just wanted to remind people, too, just like what Spence said earlier, no options made, buy raw stock.
Yep.
So, yeah, guys, let's do it. I'm excited. I'm excited for this week.
Yeah, HYMC does look like it's going to do a temporary pullback, but like I said, it's a natural process. So, I mean,
no problem. I will be ready. I'm sure these funds will clear up in the next 2 days, so I'm ready to go. I cannot wait. So, let's do this. Let's go, baby.
Looks like a good deal because on the 1348 you got that crossover, so that's actually bullish. Even though it's going to pull back, it appears to be an uptrend. So definitely going to take that. Let me get to some of these comments here. Continental.
Say hello to Viper. He's with Ace Radio. He's in here. He's always in here every day, and so is Miss Rhonda. And I'll get you the rest of you guys. The Viper from A Radio, he's with the one. And the Hedge, Viper, and Jordan, and Lady Kate.
I don't see Hedge in there. Where's Hedge at?
He's not in here, but I always give him props.
Oh,
always.
okay.
But he's in the parties with the
I'd say if you see Hedge, always give him the mic because he's always welcome to speak anytime he wants. The Continental Marine says, have you heard about this RDBX squeeze? Nope. Let me go see what you're talking about here. Is it Red Box? Red Box. I'm not sure what he's talking about for the squeeze. Down 14%. Maybe there's more to it somewhere. Oh, I see. It's moving up. There was some cash flow on it, but it flowed right back out, flowed right back in, and it's uptrending. But there was a lot of cash flow that popped in on March 18th, making it pop up. So wouldn't say it's a squeeze quite yet, but there is some interesting movement in it. You got earnings coming up here soon too, so I'd be watching for it because it looks like the last 2 times earnings turned out red, which I'm not sure what that means yet. Let me check and see. Down a lot, down a little bit, and expected to. Oh, revenue is dropping. I'd be very careful with Redbox because revenue from 2020 went down from 546 million, which is very light, down to 288 million. Even though their profit margin increased, they still lost a huge chunk of revenue. And then you've had 2 bad quarters in a row. And right now, as you can see what happened with Netflix, I think it's a seasonality thing where people are getting out and wanting to enjoy the sun instead of sitting in and watching movies. And Redbox falls into that seasonal category. So I expect them to get hit. Plus, I think they're overpriced right now. But if there's squeeze potential in it, I'd keep an eye on that for what that's worth. But for the fundamentals of the stock, I'd be kind of watching it.
Oh, I forgot. Alex said, can you look up SNDL? SNDL, Alex.
Sundial is trading back at 50 cents. Where'd they get hit? Let me see here. They was doing good there for a while. They're still in a downtrend, broke downtrend, fell, went back to a W bottom. Let me see here. This one's a little bit harder. Give me a second. I'm still trying to establish the pattern. It looks like a form of a wedge. 1, 2, 3. This would be a last dip. Probably by April 28th, I would expect it to break out. But you got earnings coming up. So I expect the price to stay low going into earnings. I'm not sure if they're actually going to, what they're going to actually do here. Let me see. Revenue before, 47, 45. Yeah, they're expected to break out. All earnings is in 3 days. So that's going to be interesting in how that plays out. Last time they had earnings, they popped. And they didn't do much of anything. Estimated was 0. They came in at 0.006, which is like 0.6 of a penny. And the stock jumped. So that's definitely interesting. It might be oversold at this point. It looks like it is on the 2 hour. The daily is definitely oversold. Like I said, you're in a wedge right now, and it completes just about earnings time. So I don't think it can get much lower than where it's at. So I would think it's probably a safe bet at this point. Continental Marine says, not trying to take away from our lovely AMC at all, but I look at any squeeze as the opportunity to start the dominoes. Yeah, you're exactly right. There's people looking at what's going to happen with Twitter. Is it going to cause a squeeze? That would be a nasty squeeze, because when you got a company that's priced at, well, it should be priced over 40 billion. I think it's probably under that right now. The squeeze that would happen at that point would be huge pain. And I'm not sure if there's a lot of shorts in there, naked shorts or anything like that. I haven't really looked at it. But when Elon takes it public or private, I don't know if that forces the shorts to get out or not. So that will be interesting in itself. There will be one domino that's going to trigger, and it will probably disrupt everything and send stuff higher. Reynard says BlackRock is way down. They will be recalling shares soon. Yeah, hopefully. I'm pretty sure they lent their stack of shares out, so if they start recalling, that's a good sign. XX says, been an AMC GME from January or been in the AMC game from January GME buy button issue, and I've watched all the streamers, you can get a good sense of who is up to no good. Yeah, that's true too. Like, I mean, a lot of people, we've been watching everybody for so long, and we know what each person is about. So you're right about that. Oh, Hood's tanking in the after hours. Let's go look at one of our least favorite stocks. Hood is down 6% in the after hours. Good. That's a good move. Wish I would have bought puts. I'm not sure what's making it go down, but let me see. Hood still has a market cap of 8.6 billion. Probably don't deserve any of that. They should take their market cap away like they took the buy button away, but that's my opinion. David says, if real inflation is 17% or so, the interest rate needs to be more than 17 to stop the inflation. That's to completely cancel it out. Yeah, in theory, you would need 17% rate hike to cancel it out completely. But unfortunately, the way that this country is actually operates off the fiat currency, it requires about 3% growth per year. So you would basically take 3% or 4% off of there, give it cushion because you don't want to be too much or too aggressive. So they need an interest rate increase of about 11 to 12% if the real inflation was 17. They're claiming it's like, what, 8.5, which we know is probably wrong. Roloff. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. Is it Roloff? Or yeah, I'm not sure how to say your name, but can't give money to the people because a debt-free society is free. That's 100% fact. You basically set the people free when you unchain them from debt. Free them from their overlords. That's exactly it. That's why we don't get a fair shake at anything, because they don't want to set you free. The system was never designed that way. Joshua says the way to punish the Federal Reserve System is to buy all the Bitcoin up, in my opinion. I've been wondering if that could actually make an impact on it, but I understand how Bitcoin works. It makes total sense. Governments will typically print and print and print, but how they figured out how to stop making Bitcoin go up in price is they stopped giving us money. So when you take money from the people and you make it to where they can't afford to buy anything, then they won't be able to buy Bitcoin. I'm not saying we can't afford to buy it, but if they put the money into the stock market, the people don't get it. So if they give the people the money, we put the money in the stock market and we buy Bitcoin. So when you don't give the consumers the money, they can't go and buy things, and that doesn't create the inflation. So that's what they're doing, is they're basically starving us out, and that makes inflation go back down, which is like a painful way. I think that's the way it's working. They're using the inflation to put pressure on us to basically dry us out.
SU Ray said, Hood's earnings is on Thursday. Hood's earnings is on Thursday.
That one's probably going to come out bad. I would think earnings for that one's going to come out bad. They've been doing bad as it was. I can't see them turning it around now because they have like less appeal and stuff like that. Froggy, what's going on with GME today? Says Cameron. Let me go pull that one up here real quick. Down 6.
Oh, my apologies. I do see the Lion Vest. The magnificent Lion Vest is in the space called the Lion Vest.
Hey, what's going on, Lion Vest? If you want, floor is yours, man. You're welcome to come speak anytime you want. We'll give him the mic if he wants to come up and speak. He's welcome. Just let me know if you want to speak, man. You're welcome to come up. Right now we got GME is down 6.1%. And it was kind of expected as of Friday that we were going to see an overall market downturn. And it's obviously going to weigh on pretty much all stocks, including AMC and GME. So, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me too much. What I'm actually surprised on is a lot of the bigger stocks got hit 10%, and AMC and GME didn't. And that to me is a little signal of strength, and I'm kind of hoping that keeps holding up every time we have a pullback. So hopefully our pullbacks get smaller and smaller.
You can speak now, MindVest, if you wish.
Yeah, floor is yours, man.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just came in here because wanted to let you guys know that I heard you talking about Robinhood. The news on Robinhood is basically that they are cutting about 9% of their full-time employees, and that's why we saw a quick dip on that stock. With that being said, like Viva just said, they do have earnings coming up. And I myself would think this, off of the RSI falling below into the oversold area below the 30 mark, I myself took a position on it at $9.30 for a swing play until tomorrow. So I could see it just a possible little reversal here, and not saying it's going to push back up very significantly, but as a swing play, I could probably take some percentages here and get some money off of that. So took a position at $9.30 into tomorrow. So wanted to let you know that, and also let you know, like I said, the news of Robinhood cutting about 9% of their full-time employees, and that's what their the dip was on.
Yeah, I hope they keep dipping. I think it'd be good karma.
Yeah, I mean, everybody pretty much hates Robinhood, right? So we'll see what happens. I do have to agree that it doesn't look like their earnings are going to be too good. So might be even going lower for another possible short position on that. But I wouldn't go short on it until the actual earnings come out and see what happens after that.
It's actually hitting a support right now, which is unfortunate. I was kind of hoping for more damage, but there is a support right here. So
yeah, it actually broke. It broke its all-time low today, which was 993, and we see obviously it's fallen lower than 993 after hours. So now it's even broken more of its all-time low, and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen from here? We'll see. But again, thank you for bringing me up, and appreciate it very much.
Oh, you're welcome anytime, man. I'd like to try to get you on the show sometime for like an interview if you ever have free time.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like I said, I mean, my time is extremely limited. Like I had I think I'd be on Viva just because of my kids, and when I'm not with my kids, I'm trading during the day. So unless we do it sometime in the weekend when my kids go to their grandfather's house, something like that, that's a definite possibility. But I would definitely love to do the show with you. Absolutely.
Yeah, weekend works for me because that's usually when I have the most free time. So I'll send you a DM or something and touch base with you and see if we can line that up, because it'd be nice to get to know you more and have people get to know you more too, and like what you do. And
absolutely. And thanks again. Great job, guys. Keep it up. Much appreciated.
We appreciate you, MindVest. You were phenomenal. Thank you for even coming up today. You were phenomenal. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'll be in touch. Thanks, man. Let me see here. I do have Max Payne for Hood sitting at 1075. For some reason, there's a put wall sitting at 9, so I'm betting there's a hidden support there. I don't know if I have bank lines turned on or not. Nope. Nope. I think there might be a level down there at about 9 that might be a support level too. So we'll have to see how it plays out. It might bounce off a 9 and then try to drift back up to like 1075 by Thursday. I kind of hope it stays down there, but if it does fall underneath 9, they'll bring in all those puts, and that could be, I would think, bad for the stock. But I think earnings will end up rattling its cage on its own. I don't see how it's going to turn out positive. That's just me. Kevin says, take your money out of the banks. The only way, mess with commerce, and then they notice. Yeah, pretty much our money, the way we spend it is actually voting power too. When we buy a certain product, we're actually voting for that company to stay in business. So like that, you might as well look at dollars as voting. Because if you pick one competitor of the other, one lives, the other one doesn't. And that's just the way it kind of works. Audio Plug Record says, has Cam contacted you? Nope, not at all. BB says energy stocks are running the market right now. Ticker ENG, in my opinion, will outperform CEI long term. I think you might be right on that one. CEI, I'm going to pull that one up first so I can see where it's at now. Yeah, it's still under $1.76. And then energy. Global Corp it's actually higher in price. Let me see where it's going.
Don't go anywhere, Cobra, because I want to introduce you to Froggy, Cobra. So don't go anywhere, Cobra.
It's going to be interesting about ENG on what it's going to do. I can see that it should have been at an all-time low at 117 on April 18th, but you can see now the cash is coming back in, and there's a good chance that you're going to probably make it to 130. But let me see the 2-hour trend. Let me zoom out real quick. Yeah, you're gold crossing on the 2-hour. I'm still seeing 130. So I'm expecting to see it get up to 130 again. And let me see if we got any kind of continuance or anything like that. Still no wedge break yet. So we need, I don't know if I can find that or not. Oh, you definitely need to hit 130 for a chance for a breakout. So when you hit 130, that might be your chance to break the downtrend on the stock. So that might be good. Highway Frog says the 3D printer is looking good. I thought about making 3D printer videos because I do 3D print and work and stuff, and I enjoy it. It's like kind of relaxing. You can actually make something pretty cool out of plastic, and I think it's easier than expected. So yeah, maybe that's one thing. I'll probably let me put that up for a poll. Just out of curiosity to see who's interested in 3D print and stuff and who's not. I kind of expect more people not to be interested in it, but I mean, if there's a higher interest in it, then I'll make sure I put a little bit more priority into trying to pop a couple videos in here. Buck says, do you think the government is propping up the market? I'm not sure. I don't think the government's actually propping it up. I'm pretty sure it's just the Fed. I mean, obviously, like I've heard plunge protection, which is like Treasury, SEC, Fed, and I think one more. I can't remember who it is. But the Fed's definitely propping it up. That's for sure. I'm not sure if they're putting any more money in, but last I knew, most of the problems where it looked like it was going to death cross and sell off, Powell would come in and prop it up with cash. and burn puts.
Right, Cecilia have a question she wants to ask, or he.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, I don't really have a question so much as a statement. If everybody could take a few minutes of their time today or at some point and comment on the SR and FCC Rule 003. We should be working on that. We've only got a few more days. That's the shortest comment period we've had in a very, very long time. And that in and of itself makes me suspicious. But there's a clause in it called fire sale that a lot of people are taking issue with. It could be very bad for us. It's either going to be nothing for us or it's going to be bad for us. Those are the only two options. So if people could go comment on that. If there's also, people are having a lot of trouble with the submitting comments, and there's also an email address. I put that on my Twitter and shared it. Yeah, that's it. That's my only comment. I don't really pay much attention to TA. I don't know how to do TA. I focus a lot on the SEC. Yeah,
those rules, I think they make an impact on like the overall market. So I did hear that one of the rules, what is it, the 003? I think that's the one that they were saying was the fire sale rule.
Yep.
Okay, and that's the one that everybody keeps telling everybody to go and comment on. I think we should probably make a show for just that rule because apparently, I mean, there's a lot of talk about it, and we probably need to get links and stuff like that. And as long as people are nice to the SEC, they won't try to filter out your comment. So I guess you got to be nice to them instead of saying do your job. But I mean, I'll have to refrain myself from saying something bad to the SEC. But
yes, you have to be respectful. It's one of those moments where we have to put on our professional hats and not say the things we want to say. Trust me, I feel you. Actually, in my comment on this one, because I've read it and I can't see this as a good rule or even a remotely retail beneficial rule. In fact, it seems very the opposite. And my comment got a little bit heated, but it was very respectful. They didn't use any bad words.
Tell them you'll buy them some coffee. Maybe they'll listen.
Yeah, well, we've already put out a donation to get them coffee. The least they can do is take care of us in some way. But yeah, be respectful. Send in comments. If you don't understand the rule, that's fine. You don't have to be a scholar. A lot of people, I'm encouraging people to just. It's a very short comment period. It's one of the shortest comment periods I've ever seen, and I've been staying on top of the SEC for a while now. And if nothing else, just comment and say, hey, we don't have legal teams, and this is 188 pages of legalese. If you can give us more than 15 days to figure this out, we might actually agree with this. We don't, but you got to give us more time to dive into this.
Do you have a link to the comment section for that rule?
Yes, I do. It's I can send it to you, or I can tag you.
DM it to me, and I'll put it up on my chat so people can go over and try to say something nice to Gary Gensler and his team. Yep,
it's a challenge, but remember they can throw your comment out if they find it offensive or if you use offensive language. Yeah. So if you go and make a comment and you tell him to go fuck himself, you didn't accomplish anything because he did not read that comment. It went to some intern who threw it out. So don't waste your time.
No, I agree with you. I know personally I don't want to say anything nice to Gary, but it makes total sense on this. We have to kind of be nice just so they can I do want to look into that rule more because I know like Astro made a video that I heard was good, and a couple other people have some good videos out too. And I should probably pull them up so we can get like a good coverage of the rule because, I mean, if it's that important, we should definitely be commenting on it.
I just tagged you, Froggy. I just tagged you in my comment that I have posted up so you can see it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it is. The rule in and of itself actually doesn't sound that terrible. I've taken a couple passes over it, but again, it's in all legalese, and I'm not a lawyer, so it's going to take me a few times of reading it and thinking about it to figure it out. But
the bulk of the rule doesn't sound bad. It's the fire sale section that sounds like it could allow them to basically reverse repo their short positions. So, I mean, it's a lot more complicated than that sentence that I just said. It's a lot more complicated than that. Bigham does do a really great video. He breaks out the whiteboard and breaks it down pretty well. And I highly recommend everyone go look at that. He is very angry, and I think he's right.
I'm worried if I watch Bigham's getting angry, it's probably going to make me mad too, because he's usually on point. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch the video before you post your comment. You're going to need a few minutes to take some breaths, get zen before you write a comment, because I did the same thing. I watched his video. I had already read it, and I was like, I think this is bad. And then I watched Bigham's video. I was like, okay, now I'm angry, and how am I going to write a respectful response to the SEC?
Yeah, I see it right here.
Go ahead.
I'm going to put I'm going to link this one for other people to see too, because I do want to watch it myself. I actually didn't get to watch it. How are you guys? So, and I do know Bigham's is always on point. So everything you hear in there, yeah, he might swear for the people that don't like swear words, but the facts and information is usually on point. So definitely check it out. Here's that link for Bigham's. So we got all that stuff out there, just making sure people can check it out. I got it pulled up here for a video to watch right after I'm done with the stream too, to make sure I got it.
Thank you for letting me say my piece. I will step down. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, thank you for coming, and thank you for your input. Have a good day. Kevin says Biden is CEO of this corporation, and it's their market. Yeah, pretty much. That's one of my comments that I've been saying. Most everything is made by the people for the people, except for the market. It's made by them for them. So you're exactly right, I think. Now, as far as Joe Biden being the CEO of the corporation, I don't want to say I disagree with that at all. So I mean, I kind of believe that everything's being ran like a giant corporation. I'm not sure if he's even CEO. I think he's more of like just a puppet of whoever's up top. So I'm not sure what position he is, but I don't think he's anywhere near top. I don't think any president was, actually. I think there's somebody pulling the strings for all of them. Haven't figured out who that is yet, though.
Okay, the hedge is in here. The hedge is in here in the space called the hedge from A Radio.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, Hedge? Rolf says, I would love to start with some 1348 overview and training and examples. Yeah, right now I know Mediocre Trader wants to start teaching people on that 1348 so people can understand like that part of charting and stuff. So I wish he was here right now. I know he is coming and he'll probably be late, but that's going to be his thing right there is 1348. So keep an eye out for him when he gets on here, because I know he knows it and he's pretty good with it. So
go ahead, Hedge. You're welcome to speak now.
Hey guys, I'm driving, so I can't.
Oh, sorry, Miss Harris accidentally hit the mute.
Ooh, I pressed it by mistake. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm just wondering what happened with AMC today, because I don't even know the price.
Let me pull up the price for you. But what I was thinking happened was on Friday, a bunch of like puts went into money and it pulled, like the whole market came down. Plus the dollar was up in strength. So I think that was like a combination of everything. But you know how T+2 works. Today's probably the last day of that downtrend. So I'm expecting today to be the bear trap. But we finished today at 1550, down 8.6%.
Wow.
And then Max Payne.
Just keep playing.
sorry. Go ahead, Hedge. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, I just said they keep playing the game, bro. They keep playing that game.
Yeah, well, with it being down for the start of the week, I'm thinking there's going to be a bull trap going into Thursday. So I'm expecting tomorrow to pop back up to 16.25 just to get us back to max pain because we're too low priced right now. So that's what I'm thinking is going to end up happening.
Hope so.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They just keep playing the game, and like I said, all they're doing is just max paining us to death.
Yeah, well, you see how many stocks they're doing it to? Like, they're doing it to the whole market there for.
Yeah,
like,
everything.
Like, when everything falls through the floor, they're all falling through the floor at the same time.
Yep, it's a complete play. It's like some of us think it's just like one big algorithm, but it's more of like the same trading pattern on all stocks doing the same thing, which is basically max pain.
Hey, Froggy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
It does seem like that's all they're doing is targeting people's money, and they're not even giving us an honest market.
Okay, can I ask you something, bro?
Yeah.
At 7:16 every single morning, they take the majority of the shares every single morning at 7:16. Like, if there's 1.5 million, they'll take 1.2 million or 1.3 million. Like, they take the majority of them at 7:16 and every morning. Is that just, what is that?
It's probably the AI or the algo doing it because, like, once people figure out what rehypothecation is, I think everybody's going to be ticked off because they create this little stack of available shares every day by rehypothecation, and they put them into the market to feed the beast, which is the algo or AI or whatever that thing is. And that's all they're doing is they're feeding it, and it just basically attacks. Because there's no more shares available. So once you buy the supply, the price has to go up. That's just the way supply and demand goes. And they're creating supply by borrowing more and more shares. But how do they become available? Like, they borrow them, but they don't return them. And that's what they're doing is they're just rehypothecation. They're using rehypothecation to infinity. And that rule is a grandfathered in rule, so they're not planning on changing it. They actually need it to take advantage of things. It's almost like...
So is this ever going to get better?
I honestly think under another administration, I think we have to have a different SEC group in there, probably a different... I'm not blaming it solely on Biden, but we probably need a president that's actually going to go after the issue. We need probably somebody in the SEC that's actually going to do something, which is appointed by the president. And then I'm not sure about Powell and like Janet Yellen, but I'm pretty sure they probably need replaced too.
No, I think everybody needs to be replaced, Froggy.
Because I don't see them having a good enough moral compass to do the right thing that's going to benefit people. They haven't this entire time. I don't see them starting now.
No. They're going to play for as long as they can, I guess.
Well, they're leaving a mess for the next person that comes into office. That's for sure. Let's see what midterms bring, because if there's a group of people that come forward saying we're going to attack this market manipulation stuff, and they get voted in, I mean, that's going to be an interesting game, and that's coming right around the corner too. We do have that executive order that Boss Blunts was talking about, which I'd like to see another rip, like at least some sort of a rip going into that June 3rd thing. Let's see how that plays out.
Yeah, that's when it went up, right? It started ripping in June.
Yeah, and according to what Boss Blunts was showing, it was executive orders that made that Chinese collateral become worthless, or whatever happened with that, and it made the prices go up. And I'm kind of hoping for like a three-peat here. So we need something.
Yeah, I know.
Like
We need them to go to jail. That's what we need.
That's exactly what we need.
I have something I want to say, but I do see Cobra here. I want to give Cobra recognition. I have something I want to say. You guys don't know about this, but I know this is off track. But today, I was attacked and targeted by a wolf pack, from the wolf pack. And I don't know if you remember the one last Friday when I was asking you to mediate something. Said no, just let that person go, Froggy. Well, somebody from that community came and attacked me today. His name was Warren. I'm gonna tell you who you are. His name is Warren. He attacked me so bad because I watched this video by this guy named Super Steven with a 2 N's underscore. Super Steven had a video that was done phenomenal. He showed everything. And I didn't go by what Super Steven said. I watched it. And he was giving you information on how he was attacked. I was watching because he was attacked. And this guy kept attacking me. And I just told him, God bless you, God bless you. He was attacking me because of I liked Super Steven's video. So I'm telling you guys, the wolf packs are out. I hate to say this. I'm not going to say all of them, but majority of them are out to attack you if you like anybody's video. You can't put your name on it. You can't say anything. They will attack you. But I have something for Warren. I really have something for him because the police are not on Warren's door. So I have something for him because I don't play with people. I hit you in your pocket where it hurts at. So Warren, if you're listening, and you probably are, with the rest of the wolf pack that you guys think you can intimidate somebody, you don't bully me. I don't back down from a bully. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hit you in your pocket. So you need to stop and you need to leave me alone. If you do not want the sheriff, the police, or the FBI to come looking for you, because I don't play when it comes to hacking stuff and bullying somebody. Thank you, Warren, and have a great day. I'm sorry, guys.
I'll send you guys a link to that video so you guys can watch it and what she's talking about. It involves that CS Trades mess that's going on, and like it was a very well done video. I guess the guy was being attacked and threatened by Cam. Cam threatened to hack him and DDoS him and like stop him from being able to sell his shares. And that was my co-host that was on here before. And I booted him off once I found out how like dirty he was as a person. And so now they have a thing where they send their loyal Wolfpack people after people, and they attacked Super Steven, which is a member of Tony Denaro's channel, and they sent him after Diva too. They sent him after me, but I blocked them. There's only like 20 of them. There's not many. But
he won't attack me. I was the only woman that liked it. I noticed it, and he attacked me. But I'm gonna find out who this Super Steven is because he made a good video, and I'm gonna team up with him, and I'm gonna do what I need to do to this because you don't come after me like that. I'm not gonna tolerate that. And I'm not.
Was that on YouTube or was that on Twitter?
Yes. No, he did it to me on YouTube. I'll show you the screenshots on how he came after me. This guy named Warren, and I don't appreciate it. Because I didn't do nothing to him but like the Super Steven's video. The video is done phenomenal. I mean, I didn't go by what somebody told me. The one I watched it, and he showed you point by point by point by point. It was on target. And I don't appreciate this guy targeting me because I liked it. And how he came after me. And then he's going to call Froggy a toad. And I told him, well, for you to call Froggy a toad, you have to be a toad yourself. You got to recognize a toad. You're a toad, so don't come after me like that. Go after a man. And to me, they say when a man goes after a woman, he's a coward. But this guy came after me. And not you, Jay, because I love Jay Portuguese. He doesn't get involved in that. But this for me to like a video and somebody come after me, I'm so sorry. You don't do that. But I didn't mean to take nobody's time like this. It was just hard. And I just kept telling him, God bless you. This guy really came after me. But I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix it. I'm sorry for interrupting your show, but I could not hold this any longer because it bothered me. It bothered me bad. But I'm not a vicious person. I'm not. And I want the one to hear because the one was here that Friday when I tried to say, well, the one, I want you to be a media. You said, no, just cut them out. Just cut them out. And now I see why you said cut them out. So I want to, really apologize to you when you say cut somebody out. I apologize to you. I really apologize for saying, well, no, that's not the right thing to do. Talk about it, because I believe in talking it out. But no, them people cannot be talked to. You cannot talk to them. No, you cannot talk to them. No.
No apology necessary. Life lesson learned. So just try to, just people got to learn it their way, and that's it. So, but yeah, it'd be interesting to know who that guy is.
No, I'm not too worried about him saying a couple like bad words about me. I ain't worried about it because I blocked them. I wasn't worried about them. I knew what they're doing over there, and I'm not too worried about it. That's pretty much it. I do have a comment from Tony Denaro. He's talking about Redbox that was brought up earlier, saying ultimately it's headed the way of Blockbuster. I kind of agree with some of that. Technically Redbox is a little bit more efficient than Blockbuster was because it's not a brick and mortar. But right now with the seasonality stuff, he's probably exactly right. It's probably going to go down during this time of the year. Redbox revenue is down 75% since 2018. So there's the DD right there. Now, I only seen it down 50%, but I don't know what it's going to be for the next earnings. Go ahead, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm going to send every single person. I'm going to send you guys the Super Steven video. You guys got to watch it. You guys got to watch it. And then you'll see how the guy went after me because I like Super Steven's video. But I want to say hello to Cobra because Cobra's the one I've been telling you we hold space calls to. He just here, he wants to speak. I just want to give you recognition, Cobra. And Liz, hold tight. You're going to be next. But I do want to give Cobra his recognition because it's always nice to me when I go into all the space call hosts that he be hosting. I want to give him his recognition. So, Cobra, would you please say hello to Frog with no curses? QCG.
No, I never curse, actually. Ask anybody. Not when you're around, Mom. I just wanted to say hi. I don't know. I was just listening. I'm working today. I'm Grubhubbing it, doing extraordinarily well, but I still want my money. So I don't have to Grubhub. I had to walk up 8 flights of stairs to bring some college student their bubble tea. So I'm doing it though. That's what I got to do. I have no problem working. But anyway, I just wanted to say hi. Sorry, guys. Appreciate you, Sean. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Warren, Lion, Brian, Jen, Rachel, everyone else? Love you guys. Edgy, it's good to see you. And it's a pleasure to meet you, Frog. I don't think I've ever talked to you, so I'm gonna get off so I don't kill myself here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, man, and speaking. We appreciate it. There's a comment from Not the Tin Man. He says, "Who's Al from Boston?" I actually, he was. I hate to say it, he was kind of interesting while he was here. He did make some outlandish statements on like share price and stuff, but other than that, he did do, I think, pretty decent interviews and stuff like that. But he's part of history now. He disappeared, and I hear he might be making a comeback, but I don't really know if that's true or not. I think that's what Lou's talking about happening, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not. So Icy Rex says, can you look at the ticker MILF? Yeah, from that's a pretty good play in my opinion. Alex Sullivan says, any thoughts on the VIX closing at 33? I didn't actually check that one. I was watching it all day just to see what the market was doing. Give me 1 second here. It's popping it right back up to where it's supposed to. Wait until you see it hit about 37, maybe 38, and then you can start wondering if that's going to be the top of that run. If it blows into the 40 range on the VIX, then we'll probably have overall market problems. But it seems like it keeps stopping at like 37.5 to roughly about 38 3/4. So just keep an eye on it, on how high it goes up. This is going to be its fourth attempt on trying to break up to that 40 range. And I'm pretty sure after it gets over 40, that will be probably not a very good thing. It's actually kind of bad that it's up this high anyways. It's trending upwards. So higher lows is a scary sign. It does look like a market crash is just kind of rolling around the corner. Whether it happens or not, hopefully not. But I mean, it whatever happens, I guess. Sue Ray says Hood earnings are Thursday. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. I'm not expecting anything good on the Hood earnings. They've been generally weak. Rolf says long on MILF. Yeah, that's definitely a good play. No need to look that ticker up, but it's definitely good. Let me see. Do we got any more questions, Miss Harris?
No, I'm sorry. I need to get Liz. Liz has a question I have to not do Teresa at the Liz. So, wait a minute. The hedge. I'm sorry, the hedge. I'm sorry. I was just so upset about that guy Warren how he attacked me today. But go ahead, the Warren. The hedge. Go ahead. Oh wow. Hold on.
I got him.
Okay.
I thought he had a mic. It fell off or something. Hedge, the floor is yours, man, if you want to speak.
Sorry, my phone, I don't know what's wrong with it, but when somebody calls me, my music comes on my phone. I don't understand why. So I just spent like 5 minutes trying to turn it off because it goes through my car. And then I can't hear you guys and I get cut off. User error. Yeah, I know.
That's what mine does. I for a minute there, I couldn't even like ignore the call. It would ring in the background, and then I couldn't hear anybody talking in space call, and I couldn't even like ignore the call to go back to the space call. So I thought my phone was messing up. So then I'd jump out of space call and I'd come back in and realize I had a missed call. So it's just a goofy mechanic.
I wanted to ask you something, brother. When you said the market crash, isn't that what we want?
Kinda. I think the market crash will probably, it might cause it. It's more of a hope than anything else, because like I can't guarantee it's going to happen that way, but I'm kind of hoping that if it does happen, that's what the trigger is. That could be a catalyst. You never know.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, man? Are you coming?
Hey, Froggy.
What's going on, man?
Hey, thanks for hooking up that ticker for Uvxy.
It's a good
I'm
one.
leaving now.
All right,
I should be back there in like 40 minutes.
All right, I'll see you when you get back, man.
Yeah, I just want to let you know it was me. How's everybody doing anyway?
Okay.
Living the dream.
Pretty much.
Well, that's good. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm going to listen on my way.
All right.
I was being sarcastic.
I'll see when you get here, man. Yeah, Hedgie, I think you might be right on that, though. I think that maybe the squeeze might be the catalyst that we're looking for, or not the squeeze, the crash. And it makes me nervous because I kind of don't want to see a crash in the same process, because what if I'm wrong, but it's going to play however it plays out. And I'll take it however it comes as long as the squeeze gets here.
Well, I really wouldn't want it to crash because I don't want to see other people losing their money, except the hedge funds. That's the only people I want to see lose everything. That's it. I don't want to see anybody losing money.
Right.
Like us retail, I don't want to see anybody losing money. So I don't want the crash. But if the crash is the only thing that's going to get us there, then do it.
My thoughts on the crash, they have to pull the money out to give it to us. So everything will have to drop in price before we see ours go up. So I think it's there'll have to be a market dip in order for us to get paid. And I don't know how big that's going to be.
I believe you.
I mean, guys, if you think about it, if you not financial advice, but anybody who's in a 401k or some type of whatever you got your money into, you should probably I don't know, maybe think about moving it into safe. So if it does happen,
Are you talking about those? You talking about the vet retirement accounts that they were discussing?
Exactly, because those are the people who are going to ultimately lose if the market does crash.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to look into that, but I think that is something that probably needs to be paid attention to, because I'd hate to see the vets get screwed in a market crash like that. I'm not sure like exactly what's going on there, but there's always a loser in every play, and like retirement accounts will probably be the ones getting hit, and that's the unfortunate part. And I think they're going to probably try to blame retail for it when we win, because there's no way they're going to let us win clean.
Yeah, there's winners and losers every day in the stock market. Just how it's played. So you gotta be smart with your money, people. That's all I can tell you.
Payback is coming. I lost a lot of money because of some nefarious people years ago, just like everybody else. A lot of parents, grandparents.
Just look what they did in 2008.
That's where I lost a lot of money.
Yeah,
a
lot of people got hurt during that period of time.
No fault of my own. I didn't do anything but invest in a 401k because everybody else had to get rich the wrong way, and take advantage of situations. Not good, not good by any standards. So, yep, there are winners, there are losers. And I think millions of Americans were on the losing end that day. And like I said, payback.
Oh,
I agree.
Don't you think that'll happen again, bro?
I'm going to go by with what I was reading today. Yeah, I don't think it's going to take a year before we hit a recession. I think it's coming a lot earlier than that. They've been talking about it. There's just too much going on. There's just too much. It's just for it not to happen, especially what's happening around the world right now. It's not good. Not good for anybody. And as you said, I hate to see people lose money, but you got a lot of those rich people that look to keep getting rich and get richer, and we're told by hedge fund managers you can make a lot more money because we're going to capitalize off of a pandemic because, nobody's going out and doing things. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to short them, and we hope that we bankrupt those companies. So you know what? I'm sorry, but when it comes to finances, I have no feelings involved. I'm in it for myself and everybody else, but you know what I mean. So,
oh yeah,
and all those that are against us, see you people on the end of the soup kitchen line, because that's where you're going to be, begging for scraps, and just like you deserve to be if you're not in jail. I don't understand, man. You got millions and millions of dollars, and then somebody comes to you and says, "Oh, you can make a couple more million because we're going to short companies because no one's going to be able to go to them because everything's on a lockdown." And you go ahead and you agree with that to make a couple more million? Something wrong with you. That's greed.
The fact that the shorting has went on the way it has gone on is absurd. And the fact that, China banned Citadel for doing the same thing that they're doing over here, and our SEC just turns their head. It's really sad. It proves that capitalism is actually flawed when it comes to basically protection or regulatory stuff when there's money involved.
Yeah, I wish Gensler and the rest of the politicians would just grow a pair and say, hedge funds, you want to leave? You want to take your money out of the market? Do it. Go ahead. It's going to suck for a lot of people, but we'll get through with it. But at least know going forward, we'll be fine. I can't stand when these guys go to Capitol Hill and they complain and threaten, and you hold the government, along with different cities around our country, hostage that you're going to move your business out of state or you're going to move this business out of the country. Good, leave, go, goodbye.
The United States, actually basically the world, is pretty much owned and operated by the United States stock market. That's, you know what I mean, in my opinion.
Oh, no, it's true. I'll post articles here where they were already at Capitol Hill where they were complaining. Not just talking about PFOF, but other rules. You know, the regulations are too tight for hedge funds. We can't have these rules here. They're not going to work for us. We're going to leave. We're really going to leave and take our money and go elsewhere. Good. And at that point, they should have said, good, goodbye. Get your money and get out. Go. Leave.
No, I agree.
And you know what it is? Because politicians got rich, and the politicians that got rich were afraid of giving that money to another country. Because I say it every single time, a rich person is afraid of two things: losing their money and losing it to you. That's why they kept them here, and that's why they thought, well, we'll make money with them, okay, whatever, we'll find them here and there, it's not going to get so bad. But this country and the politicians that run this country never learn their lessons. And hopefully this time around, maybe they do.
Yeah, I don't know. I can tell you one thing. I ain't selling. I ain't going anywhere.
I'll lose it first before I get one.
Hey, look, man, it's going to be gut check for a lot of people. You know, that's why, again, you know, people keep saying, you know, and even Sugar mentioned it before, you know, if you got extra money, hold on to it. You know, this way, in case if things start getting, you know, a little crazy, you're prepared for it. So you're not in a situation where you're like, oh, I got to sell this, or I got to do this, or I can't buy that. You know, I can't go and do this. I can't go on this vacation. Keep yourself prepared, you know, because like I said, you know, if everyone just thinks tomorrow morning we're going to wake up and all of a sudden every stock that you own is going to skyrocket, you know, wake up, because that ain't happening. It's going to be a week event, couple weeks, days, whatever it's going to be. But a lot of people and a lot of things are going to happen. And people are going to be yanking money and doing this, doing that. And, you know, like I said, when it comes your turn to do what you need to do, make sure you're financially sound to do what it is that you can do. You do you, but make sure you're prepared for it.
Yep. Liz has a question. After Liz, I'm going to get you, Teresa. Don't go anywhere, Teresa. I'm going to get you. I'll get you next after Liz. Go ahead, Liz, please. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Hi, guys.
How's it going, Liz? How you doing?
Good. Yeah, I was just gonna say actually I had a good day. I got to double up on my AMC shares, so woohoo! I was real happy when I got to buy at $15.60 today. So I doubled my portfolio. And two, I had sent out, somebody had tweeted something about the 513 million shares that were sent down to the Brazil Stock Exchange by Citibank. Has anybody ever looked into that and what's happened with that?
If I remember, those were fractional shares. They were like, I can't remember what the increment was, but they were fractionals of a share. I can't remember what the numbers were, but it ended up being a lot less, but still was a large amount.
Yeah, it didn't have anything to do with us here on this side. That was, with what Froggy is saying, but it didn't affect us one way, really, the other. I think it was a different type of market, too. Do you remember that?
But how can they transfer? Well, I mean, I don't know. The story said 513 million were transferred from Citibank to the Brazil Stock Exchange back in September of 2021.
Wasn't that a different type of share that was like A3MC2 or something like that? It was like a different ticker type of thing.
I don't know. They called it a BDR share.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard much about that. I mean, I think that would be a good thing that they stay down there, because if those are actually shares, then that means there's less for us to contend with, I think, but I'm not sure. That's probably a good question for Bigums or someone that's looked into all that stuff.
Yeah, I sent it to him, asked, can you check on that, because it'd be interesting to see what's going on with that. Also, update on, I monitor the commercial real estate market. A lot of my emails are coming in now from all the different commercial real estate. I obviously handle commercial real estate finance and sales. And a lot of emails I'm getting are now titled "What to Do in the Coming Recession," "How to Survive the Coming Recession." In other words, they're all preparing for a downturn.
Oh, yeah.
These are being sent out by some of the largest groups like Marcus and Millichap, and also BlackRock. I don't know what's going to happen with them. They are on a buying spree. They just bought another $7 billion worth of commercial real estate today. I mean, it's like every other day I see them in the news buying, billions of dollars worth of real estate. And if we have a crash, them being one of the largest owners of real estate, and also being one of the biggest shareholders in 80% of the companies in the world or something like that, is what somebody had researched and found out.
They own everything.
Yeah, well, them and Vanguard, but I don't know that I would want to be in BlackRock stock right now.
All right, you want me to read you the Brazil thing? Because that happened over a year ago, just to put everybody's quick mind at ease so we don't have to go back over that again. BDR is not sponsored by the American Deposit Receipt. That is not negotiable, meaning AMC Entertainment has absolutely no legal say or obligations to the depository receipts. They basically, it's a separate instrument, and they're not going to track the pricing share or trading to the U.S. market. So although Brazil might have 3.8 billion, it's a completely separate entity that has really nothing to do with what AMC or the market's doing over here. So they're not actual NYSE shares, and it really, so basically it's just, it's a depository receipt represented by a bank or account, in that case, which was Citibank, and they've owned some AMC shares, which they converted into foreign stock. It has nothing to do with the NYSE. There you go. I remember that coming up last year, and everyone was like, "Oh my God!" But anyway, that's a good point.
Are they synthetic shares?
Well, I don't know. I mean, based off of what the shares were transferred over and what they relate to over in the Brazilian market. So one share here could be 9,000 shares over there. I don't know, because the two markets don't coincide with one another. So you have to take it out from here, go to a bank, then a bank has to take it, then they have to transfer it, then put it into that situation. So
right.
Yeah. But yeah, well, I know where you're going. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. The last that ever really came out with it, because nobody from the stock exchange or the SEC really came out to say that what they did was illegal, because it's not. But I don't know. It hasn't. Look, could they be synthetic? Possibly. There's so much nonsense going on right now. So who's to say? So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, another thing, can they be borrowed against?
I'm sorry?
Can they be borrowed against?
Well, again, it's going to be a completely different market that doesn't have anything to do. It doesn't affect the price here on our side. So if they were going to borrow them, they're going to be borrowing in a stock market that has nothing to do with what AMC is doing here. And as I just said, also AMC has no say. So in other words, if you have stock and that gets done, you have no say whatsoever in it because it's pulled out and it's done something completely different through a foreign entity. So basically, the answer to your question is, I still really don't know, but the nonsense through it, it's not affecting one way or the other because again, it doesn't tie to the American stock market. If all those shares became worthless, if all those Brazilian shares became worthless, it wouldn't do anything to the stock here in America. If all of those shares became worth $8 billion each, it wouldn't do anything here to the American stock market. They're already gone.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is, what if an entity maybe set up by Citadel, that then they probably have an office in Brazil. Can they borrow against that then, and trade back and forth between their entities?
Well, who's Citibank hooked up with? And how much do you trust Citibank? Yeah, you got a great point, Liz. It's a great point. It really is. I don't know. Unfortunately, though, you kind of got to just go based on what we've got, and what we've got ain't much, which is another thing I don't like. Ugh. It never ends, man. One thing or another. You get out of one little hole, and it's like you fall into something 10 times deeper. Ugh. Coming in tonight, Liz? Dave Radio?
Do you want me on?
Yeah. I want you to talk about the real estate things that are coming on, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Yeah, 8:30. 8:30ish. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
I got some questions and comments here I got to cover real quick. We got Rob says, I think we might dip again in the morning, bottom out around 1475 range. And I haven't added shares in a long time, but it might add if this hits. I'm expecting to jump up to 16 and a quarter, but we'll see because it hasn't officially made a bottom. So anything is possible, but like right now, Max Payne's sitting at 16 and a quarter, and I'm kind of hoping that's where it goes. Doesn't mean it can't go down before it goes back up, but I did see a comment about Uvxy. Yeah, it was up really good today. I did get lucky and buy in on that kind of early this morning because I kind of guessed on it that it was going to double dip, and it definitely double dipped. 16% up, so definitely a good return. I'm still holding on that one just because I think we might get another partial day tomorrow, so I'll probably sell my Uvxy tomorrow, expecting it to the market to bounce back and recover. But let me see what else we got here. Enhill says, did joining CS Trade server really infect your computer? No, it wasn't actually. The server itself was actually sent by email. That's where the fishy part comes in. Anybody that got on that server got an email and joined it not the clean way. So if you want Windows, you go to Microsoft.com to go get it. And these guys are giving it to you by email saying, trust me, bro, this is the good stuff. And that's where the problem comes in. And everybody knows that you shouldn't be doing it, but when he's your partner and you're thinking maybe this guy's trustworthy, that's where the problem comes in, is the trust. And obviously it wasn't a good idea. Let's check out Lucid here. Oh, I misspelled it. I misspelled it again. Oh, LCID. I'm actually spelling the word out. Lucid in the after hours up 5.4%. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's definitely good. What happened? Let me check the news on that one. That looks like some sort of news thing that would have popped up. And nothing's popping up for, oh wait, there's some. We'll sell up to 100,000 EVs in a deal with Saudi Arabia. So 26 minutes ago, there was news that popped up. Let me see what the date on the article is just to confirm it. And it's Bloomberg, so you got to sign up for it. Lucid will sell up to 100,000 EVs in a deal with Saudi Arabia, so it's definitely probably why it's popping up. And I actually like Lucid. They not a bad looking car. I don't know about the pricing and stuff, but I mean, if they got a deal to sell 100,000, I mean, that's why you're seeing it pop up right now. So, Bigham's does have a link for those BDRs. So I will give you a link to that because he just gave it to me because I didn't know if I could have swore he had it.
Yeah, I sent it to you guys. I sent it to you and Bigham's and a couple others to check it out and see what's going on with that.
All right, so if anybody's interested in the BDR stuff, it is an older video, stuff like that, like an older topic, but Bigham's does cover it very well. I'm going to link it here in chat so you guys can go and watch it if you want to. So go ahead and check that out. And I did have a poll going, which I totally forgot about. It was, would you like to see 3D printing videos? 53% said no, so 46% said yes. Maybe I'll just put a couple videos in on like the weekend or something. I'll just add a little extra something for filler or whatever. So, but yeah, that's the information on Lucid. And like I said, that's definitely good news. And like I said, it's an attractive looking car. I just hope the price is right on it. And then I think the company will be fine success wise. Have to still look at the fundamentals on it though.
What's Facebook doing?
Question.
Elon put a tweet out about possibly buying Facebook.
Oh, I thought he said he was going to delete Facebook or something, which...
Yeah, he wants to buy it and delete it, yeah.
I was already talking about getting rid of Facebook just because if he was buying Twitter, but because I'd rather have a free speech platform than some sort of censored mess. But that's just me. Facebook is down in the after hours 3.6%, so they're not looking too good. One day going into earnings, which is kind of as expected. Sell-off going into earnings, normal stuff. It's definitely selling pretty hard too. So you're technically oversold.
Well, I wonder if it was generated by that news with that tweet with some, you know how Elon affects the market.
Yep. Oh yeah, he can influence things quite easily. Sometimes I think he does it on purpose just because it's fun. BioLife says I'm going in on Ford. They just came out with prices for their EV F-150. Base price $39K. That's actually not too bad. I wonder what the stats are on that and stuff for like range and like hauling, like the weight, like the range with the hauling and stuff like that, on how that competes with like a Tesla.
Is it 100% electric or is it a hybrid?
I would assume that it's full EV. Is the EV F-150, but I'll have to look more into it. But I kind of like the idea of it. I personally want an EV, period. And I think an F-150 wouldn't be a bad one for especially $39K. So
that's an incredible price. But then again, I wonder, how much do you have to add on to really get the full, package? Is that stripped down or, what comes with it?
One wheel wonder with no heat, no air conditioning, no power.
Yeah. It is full electric. It is a full electric truck.
Yeah.
It's not a hybrid. It's just fully electric.
The only thing I worry about with all these different companies coming out with their own electric vehicle is that none of the plugs match.
Yeah.
So you have to have different chargers for each of the vehicles.
Yep. And that's
they should make a deal with Tesla because Tesla's got charging station.
They need to have a universal plug.
I agree. I think there should be a universal plug like they have for phones. I mean, all phones have to use the same charger port. There's actually 3 different ones, I think. Because you got the Apple, the standard one, and then, like, I think it's a C charger. So there's your 3.
So there's like 3 different types of, cords for phones right now. There's, obviously the Yoda. Well, yeah, you've got the Samsung, and then you've got and another, Android, and then you've got the 2 different iPhone chargers. So there's 4 of them out there now.
No, it's ridiculous. They want you to spend money on the charger, on the cords,
The cords give out after, like a couple months, and you got to go get another one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got like 10 of them in stock just in case I wear them out.
They do that on purpose, so you go spend $10 to get another one.
Right.
That's how it works. That's how this world works.
Yeah, that's the new capitalism. Make it till it breaks.
Did you hear that Google missed its quarterly earnings for the first quarter?
Was that today?
Stocks 4% after trading. NASDAQ closed. Yeah. Who? Google.
Oh, man.
Bye.
Well, that was kind of unexpected. I was expecting them to hold in. Wow.
Well, I know how they can raise some money. They can sell YouTube to Elon.
There you go.
Elon, you know what Elon could just do? He buys Facebook, sells it, he gets rid of it. Then he just buys Google, and then it's just called Musk. Or called Musk. We'll be good to go.
I like it. I got a couple more.
And then we call Musketeers.
I got more questions here. Weston, he made a comment. I'm not overlooking your questions. I'm actually got them queued up, so they're your questions are in there, so they're coming. Synthetic Wand Prince from Wiz says, "How do you like my Twitter puts?" I'm actually kind of surprised Twitter went down today. I was expecting them to hold closer to like 53, and they didn't. So to me, that makes me think that you can still buy the shares of stock and ride in for the buyout and make a killing on it. So just be careful. Don't buy them options that are above 54 because they're going to expire worthless. Weston says, do you think we will squeeze in June when Melvin Capital covers and closes their position before opening their new hedge fund? Or do you think we'll have a run before June? I don't know. There's so many things that look like it could be a catalyst. I'm hoping that's at least something we can get benefit from. So, I mean, I'm hoping they cover when they close things out, and there's enough trigger there to get us to pump up. So let's see how that works. Hopefully it's all positive. Ben says, have had numerous hedge funds like Susquehanna, JP Morgan, Barclay Bank, and some others. I think Elon's buying Twitter can eliminate the surveillance we deal. That's a good point too. What if he got rid of the bots and we weren't having all this where they're monitoring what we're saying so they can tell what our moves are? What if they eliminated that factor and it gave us more of a shield so we're no longer like, because our playbook is open. It's right on Twitter and they're looking at it. So.
Well, I did see somebody was did a list of people who have been losing followers like by the tens of thousands, like in one day, and people who've been gaining followers by the tens of thousands in one day. And you can see that all the losers were all liberals, and the followers were increasing on a lot of the conservative and independence accounts.
me see here. We got Super Steven says, love this lady. He's talking about Miss Harris. Welcome, Super Steven. We got Beach Guy here. Says, I think after the MOAS, people will scatter like roaches when the lights come on. Everyone's getting tired of the BS and the drama, and it's been going on since June. Yeah, I honestly think that people are going to make their money and bounce, and the banks ain't going to have your money, so it's going to cause a problem. So they're going to have to figure out how to get the liquidity in the banks when there's just not enough there. So they did that to themselves. They sabotaged the market, and now the trust is pretty much gone. So after the squeeze, I don't see people sticking around.
Well, that's an interesting thing too you bring up, because whenever people have a lot of money in their account, you know, when banks have too much money, it's considered a liability, and they have to get rid of it.
Yep.
Either in loans or send it to the Fed or for overnight. I wonder what that's going to do to the banks when there's a sudden massive influx of cash.
Well, you figure it's only a liability because they got to pay like 0.5% interest, and that's like next to nothing. But so that's why they try to lend it out and do stuff with it, and that's just so they can make money on your money. So that it's almost like an excuse why they have to go and like use your money.
Well, it is considered a liability when you have it on the books, so they have to get rid of it.
Right.
But then is that going to then translate into?
Hold on, you cut out.
Just buy real estate. Soon as we MOAS, just buy real estate. Buy something that'll never go away.
I like that idea.
Buy gold. Buy gold. Like gold bars. You just never know. And those won't lose. Like gold's gonna go up too.
Yeah, I've been buying silver. That's my thing. Any kind of physical metals, I think, is good. I mean, even look at the nickel thing that happened over there. I mean, they need nickel for these batteries for the EVs. So I'd expect that market to continue to climb too. But yeah, gold and silver is definitely a hedge against all this mess that's going on. Gio says UVXY is a hedge against the market crashing. Yeah, that's exactly it. I had a feeling it was going to pull back today, like it did yesterday, and I jumped right in it. Took a little bit. I mean, I can't say a little bit. It made good today, and it's up in the after hours, so it's even more good. Super Steven says some retirement funds have gone long on AMC. Yeah, I've seen that. The California Retirement Fund, which I guess is one of the biggest, is investing in AMC. So that's definitely positive. Beach Guy says, what is, oh yeah, there was a sound of flushing or something that happened. And Beach Guy says that was Ken Griffin flushing evidence. So.
No, they're going to get flushed.
Gio says someone grabbed the plunger, which, yeah, there's been a lot of crazy things that's going on in this market, and hopefully we never see this kind of a mess again. Christian Princess says, should we keep adding more shares at this point? I think so. I mean, every dip is a perfect buy.
They should have done something in 2008, Frog, but they didn't. They just, they just said to themselves, oh, you know what, people will forget about it. And sure enough, people forgot about it. Some people. And now look at where we are. We're worse off than we were in 2008. Bro, there's houses here that I saw a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I saw for $800,000. They're selling for $2+ million.
Right.
The same house.
Yeah, the housing prices are way up, and it doesn't. I mean, it's the inflation part. That's how it's impacting it, but that's still crazy. That, like, does that mean a housing bubble is going to come and crash and bring the prices back to reality? I think it might.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to.
It's going to be nasty too.
Yes, it is, because people can't afford them anymore. You know, they're going to raise the interest rate 4 times this year. People are done. Some people live right by the book, by their budget, and not a penny more, not a penny less. And you add more percentage and a couple more $100 a month, they're done.
Yeah,
it's like they want it to happen. It's like they want it to happen. Look at all these food processing plants on fire just this year.
36 of them. It's horrible.
There you go. And did Biden warn us before all of them, or like it's like they want us to suffer. They want us to suffer. They got a plan. Look at Bill Gates and buying up land like it's no tomorrow. Why? All of a sudden. Why are the food processing plants on fire everywhere? A plane crashed into one of them last week.
Yeah.
What's happening?
It feels like we're being under attack, like a silent attack, and we're not being told the truth.
It's not really silent though, bro. Holy, and everything's in the open.
Yeah. Somebody's orchestrating this. This isn't like accidental or coincidental. This is definitely happening. I mean, it's like, what, 4 to 5 per month?
Right.
It's obvious.
Yeah. No, this is probably going to be the worst year of all these last 2.5 years. This is going to be the worst one when it comes to the economy.
Right.
We're done. Like, everything's going to come crashing down hard, and a lot of people don't see it. They're buying up houses like Froggy. You came, and you were where I am, and you went home, and you see site after site after site, and with hundreds, thousands of homes being built. Nothing's less than $1 million. A guy I work with bought a house, $1.7 million. But he did something smart. He did the basement, and he's renting the basement out for $2,300. There was a bidding war on the rent, and I swear to God, I'm not lying. They put it up for $1,800. Okay, they ended up getting $2,350. An actual rent bidding war.
Yeah, I know.
It's nuts, man. The world's a lot of people are losing their minds.
Yeah, rent's gone up way too much, and income has not increased at that rate. So it's just squeezing the middle class is exactly what inflation is doing. And they know that. They ain't that stupid. They know.
Well, you know what's going to happen? Well, anybody in this community, they're turning the poor to rich and the rich to poor, or the middle class to poor. But we're going to go right to rich. We're totally bypassing, you know, the middle. But it's amazing what's happening. And people just, you know, I'm looking at these people as I'm driving home, and it's just everyday life. And they don't see what's coming.
Oh, it's definitely scary. That's why I'm not looking forward to the crash, because I think it's going to be worse than 2008. And that's what scares me, because that was bad.
100%, I agree with you. 100%. Oh, boy. That's why, like, once we moss, just start buying properties, even just, like, land. Just buy it up. I'd rather buy up land knowing it's mine than my money sitting in a bank not knowing if it's safe or not. And it wouldn't be. Because I'm witnessing it in another country. They took everybody's money. Everyone. In every bank. And they're only allowed to take out like $50 or $100 a month. The government stole it all. I know somebody who had $500,000 American dollars in the bank over there. And it's gone. I'm kind of glad that happened, because I didn't like him anyways. banks aren't safe.
No, you're right.
I wouldn't, not even a safe deposit box, because they could seize them.
Yep.
Say, hey, there's definitely valuables in there because people wouldn't be putting stuff in there.
They've done it before.
There you go. So you know, the bank could be closed. Your safe is in that bank, and it's closed. No, you buy gold, buy the best safe you can possibly get, bury that thing, concrete, everything, and put your money there, and your gold and everything. The hell with the banks. Anybody that you know, you cannot trust anybody after what's going to happen to this market. Nobody, except yourself. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to be buying a safe. There's no way you're taking it.
Right, that's what I got here. I got a great big safe I can actually fit myself in.
There you go. So you're set.
Yep, bolt to the floor. I can't. It's tough to move for myself. It's like 400 pounds. So it took 2-3 people to move it. And
oh no, I'm talking a safe that's a couple tons.
Oh, that's a big safe.
You're
right
not
there.
moving it.
Sounds like a bunker.
Yeah, you could use it as a bunker as well. But it would be a safe door, you know, and probably 30 inches of concrete and steel.
Well, let me get to these last couple comments here because I got to wrap things up. Super Steve.
I'm sorry for talking. Sorry, brother.
No, you're fine. You're fine, man. It's all important stuff anyways. Super Steven says we don't need a market crash for AMC to run up. We need a catalyst like a share buyback. Adam Aaron is cooking up something for the apes. I told Tony I'd like to see a AMC Netflix partnership. Who knows? Adam has been kind of quiet for a minute, so I'm kind of waiting for him to go do like his next thing. He's always got something. I don't want to say it like up his sleeve because it sounds devious, but he's always got a plan or a push. And I'm kind of waiting for his next move just because it's always something like he bought theaters. He got the mine. What's next? There's going to be something else. And I'm kind of just anticipating something more positive to keep stacking because last I knew AMC was actually designed to be an aggressive growth strategy, which is actually low profit, high growth. So we'll see how it unfolds. BioLife says, puts on Hood. They announced 9% layoff before earnings on the 28th. Yeah, Hood puts right now would be paying good. Let me double check and see where they're at right now. Yeah, down 5.5%. So if you did buy puts today, I mean, they're printing off tomorrow. So, and earnings would probably, it's not too far away. I can see it continue to drop down, so it makes total sense. G Money says, hey, Froggy, you think the cat in July 2020 would halt the abuse of dark pools? I think phase 5 goes in July 11th. I can't remember the exact date. I think it's the 11th though. But I think that's the track and trace. And I think that is one important phase that we do need because right now we have no idea where our order goes, who it goes through, when it's all completed. There's no timestamp. And supposedly this next phase brings that in. So there's accountability. So let's hope that's what it does, and it kind of binds up the dark pool abuse and all that goofy stuff that's going on. So we'll see if that makes a difference, but everything's coming together about that time frame. So keep an eye out for it. But yeah, for everybody that's still in chat, please hit that like button. I'm going to let Miss Harris go ahead and wrap things up over there.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, guys, about today. So please forgive me. I'd like to ask everyone that's up in the space call, guys, will you please go down into the chat and like and subscribe to Froggy's channel if you haven't already, along with the Mediocre Traders channel as well. His channel rocks. He's phenomenal just like Froggy is, so I need you guys to support, if you will. Also, I'd like to take GN, Spent, and Sugar Kush And you guys, terrible as well. Thank you guys. But the one, the Hedge, Viper, Jordan, and Baby Kate, all from Ape Radio. And all those are up here in the chat. You guys support every single day, like Mark Collister, the Detonator, Papa Stone Tree. I appreciate you dearly from the bottom of my heart. S.U. Ray, I did see you did go down in the chat. I think I appreciate that. I see you today go down in the chat. The Zombie, I appreciate you. Miss Rhonda from Terrible Community as well. I see you up in here. Thank you and appreciate you as well. Correct. He's always here on point. Cobra, all you guys are here every single day. Support. I appreciate you. Guys, listen, please. You guys need to become a member. If you want to learn 1348 trading, you want to learn how to do stocks, calls, puts, strikes, whatever they're called. Froggy can teach you. He can teach you one-on-one until you actually get it. I won't know about it. Mediocre Trader won't know about it unless he's the one training you. Froggy does not go back and say, hey, this person's dumb. He doesn't do that. He actually takes the time to train a person to make sure that you get it. If you guys want to become a member, I'm going to tell you why. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to, but I'm going to tell you why. When this thing starts to squeeze, GME or AMC or any other stock out there starts to squeeze, you want to be able to ask Froggy, hey, do you see this going up any higher? So you know. Do you think Froggy, do you think this is going to hit 2,000? No, yeah. Come on, get out now because it's into your number. So you want to become a member. You want to become a member for as low as 16 cents a day. 16 cents a day, which is $4.99 a month. So please join. Also, I'd like to thank Jay Portuguese. He was here yesterday, but he's supposed to be back today. I love and appreciate each and every single person up in here. Mediocre Trader, can't wait for you to get back. Rick Rodriguez, I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you here every day. Uber, I appreciate you too. So if I forgot anybody, I didn't do it intentionally. Trust me, I didn't do it intentionally. So I appreciate you guys. And as my son would say, wait a minute, I need to say this though. The reason why I'm telling you how you need to do it is because Froggy has that money indicator. And he's going to give away that money indicator after the squeeze. So there's several plays after the squeeze, hopefully. So as my son would say, he always says to me when he leaves out the house, build us up, we out. On you, Frog. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I want to thank Hedgie, the one, Mediocre Trader, for being here. Jen, let me see. Tony was here for a minute. I'm not sure if he's still here, but definitely want to thank everybody here for coming. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely check out Ape Radio tonight in about an hour and a half. They covered everything. Yeah.
Can I say something before you go?
Yeah.
I just want to tell everybody, listen, no question is a dumb question, number one. If we can't answer it, we'll try and get an answer. Number two, if you guys want to learn any trading things you don't want people to know or whatever, that can be done secretly. We're not going to put any of that out. I just wanted to say, sorry I missed the show today, but I was busy, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Ms. Harris, and Edgy, and Ron, and Jen, and everybody. And I'll talk to you guys later. Froggy, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. And I want to say I appreciate everybody that's here. Yeah, thank you all for coming. I'll be back here same time tomorrow. We'll probably cover a video later on tonight when Mediocre Trader gets back on. I got some stuff to show him. And like I said, we're here to do what we can for you guys. Thanking everybody for coming.
Can I say something real quick before Jen?
Yeah, let's get Jen in here too.
Just real quick, yep. I buy in a huddle. No options made, guys. Buy raw stock on IEX. Let's go, baby. Froggy, Diva, thank you guys so much for having me here today. And Diva Girl, stay strong. You're so sweet and nice. Don't let these jerks on YouTube get to you. You've got this. Got this, girl.
Appreciate you, Jen. I have one more thing to say. And Carl, I want you to remind everybody, no options in May. And Quartet, that's important. No options in May. I hope we can get everybody on board with that. No options in May. And Card, appreciate you. I did let everybody know. No options in May.
See the moon, baby. And see the moon. I see the heart. You see the heart? No.
I just want to say something quick. Diva, I love you, woman. You're such a holy woman, and when you're in a room, I behave, and I want to thank you for it.
I thank you. I appreciate you, the one. That's why I'm the head and the one. I appreciate both of you guys. I really do. I thank Froggy for even becoming partners with you guys. I'll never forget. I know you guys already heard this before. That day that the one accidentally came into the room. I'll never forget that. Since that day, we've been together. And I appreciate you guys. God bless each and every one of you guys from the bottom of our heart.
Oh, before I forget, I didn't want to forget. We got Spence too that I wanted to do a shout out to, and AMC Bigums too, because he gave me some content too, so you guys had it. So yeah, definitely look into those guys. They're all good guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe even tonight with another video. So thank you for coming. Have a good night and peace.